She is now one of the nation's most recognizable women. Kellyanne Conway helped get Donald Trump elected and definitely has his ear. Her problems, however, are resulting from what's coming out of her mouth. Kellyanne Conway certainly has a way with words, and that's what's getting her in trouble. Most recently with her shilling Ivanka Trump's clothing line after several retailers dropped it.
It's a wonderful line. I own some of it. I'm going to give a free commercial here. Go buy it today, everybody.
That highly questionable promo came on the high heels of Conway's insistence that the media failed to cover a major terror attack.
2 Iraqis came here to this country, were radicalized, and they were the masterminds behind the Bowling Green massacre.
Conway said she misspoke, but she has made that claim before, and it's not the first time she said something bizarre.
Our press secretary gave alternative facts to that, but the point remains.
Alternative facts?
According to the New York Times, CNN declined an offer to put Conway on a Sunday morning talk show because of serious concerns about her credibility.
If he's got people like Kellyanne Conway actively lying on his behalf.
New York University journalism professor Jay Rosen says the media should rethink its dependence on Trump flaks.
Viewers want to understand how the Trump world thinks. But if what the end result of an interview with her is more confusion about what the Trump world thinks, then that rationale evaporates.
Later in the week, CNN did book Conway for an extended interview with Jake Tapper.
Have you or President Trump ever said anything incorrect? Have there any falsehoods coming from your mouths?
Well, I did this past week, and I regretted it tremendously. I'm just going to keep soldiering on.
Just like those brave soldiers who fought at the Bowling Green massacre. I mean, here's the thing, and I'm going to be a little bit cynical about this, but there's only one reason to put her on television right now, and that is because they're hoping she's going to have another one of these moments, and then the attention's going to be all on the news organization that got it, whether it's Fox or CNN. Everybody's going to tune in to see that. There is no reason to put her on. She's not
no reason for the networks.
No reason.
Yes,
there is no reason. Right. She's an aide, but she isn't. I don't even know what her official. I don't know what she's on
Senior
TV.
counsel.
Oh, I know what she doesn't have time to counsel. She's on TV all day long. So this is really her shtick, and that's what it is. It's actually embarrassed me, and I feel embarrassed about us because partly I feel embarrassed for her. You know, she makes me so uncomfortable, and yet there she is out there, and just.
You know, in some ways,
before I say too much.
I think Jay Rosen, the professor's comment here, and I think the reason for putting her on is because she does reflect the confusion. Now, he's saying that we don't want to put her on because it just further confuses the public about what the administration's doing. I think that's exactly what we need to know, that they are totally confused, and she is aligned with that confusion. So I would be opposed to the idea that somehow we stop quoting her. I think we ought to quote her until the cows come home.
I agree. And
spoke like a man.
And
that was your image up there. You'd be dying.
I'm sorry. I just didn't. There's nothing to the cows connection. Believe me.
It's also, you know, why are we so surprised? We put her on television throughout the entire campaign, and she said a lot of things that were pretty much out there, and we still put her on television. Also, CNN was complaining that the administration wouldn't provide anyone to come on and speak on the Sunday shows and so forth because they didn't like CNN. Now they're complaining about what she's saying and not wanting her to be on. So it's somewhat hypocritical there. But I do agree with you that, you know, to have her on is a reflection of what internally is going on in the White House. And I think as reporters, she's an official. Whether you like her or not, she's an official of the White House, and that's reason enough to put her on.
Yeah, I agree with Tom and Dan. First of all, I should point out that Jay Rosen has taken great umbrage at suggestions that he has said the network should not put her on.
He didn't say that.
No, his view is more nuanced than that. It's a little complicated. I would say that this is what Kellyanne Conway does. I mean, she has been in our living rooms for many years. And I do think she reflects the confusion of the Trump administration. I suppose ideally you wouldn't put her on live, because you want to have a chance to fact check everything that comes out of her mouth.
No, you want her to say something like that. That's what I'm getting. They want her to be made a fool of herself.
Well, you know, that may be, but the fact that she's their communications person, she's above Sean Spicer, the press secretary. She's a trusted aide to President Trump, and I don't see how you can not put her on, but you have to hold her to account. And CNN and some others have been doing a pretty good job of holding her to account, especially Jake Tapper.
I think you do have to hold her to account, but I'm going to say this is going to sound different. I am really surprised by her. Now, maybe you all knew her all along, but I followed her during the campaign.
I am too.
So let me just say, I don't agree with a thing she's saying in the campaign, but she came from a pollster, her own company that relies on facts and data, and she did good analysis from their perspective during the campaign. You might not like it. I didn't like a lot of stuff she said. Some of the ways that she phrases, I don't care for, unnecessarily nasty, but she did a great job of encapsulating what their messages were at that point. Now something else is going on, to me, as I'm observing it, because this is not the woman I would think would come up with something as ridiculous as she knows alternative facts are. Come on. So this feels like, to me, this is a directive from somebody, which makes me feel really bad for her. I don't think it reflects the confusion, except to us. The regular people who are watching this are like, well, this is what's going on, but they're not taking it as a confusion that we can look back and say, see, we told you it's confusing. I don't think that's coming across in the way. She's coming across as a stalwart soldier to Donald Trump, and frankly, she's coming across lying all the time, which is not the reputation that I thought that she had prior to that. Again, just don't send me any letters. I don't agree with her. I'm saying she expressed it in a professional way prior to this, and it's pretty bad now.
Bizarre.